Hello everyone, what's up? It's Karen back with another video on my channel. It's been quite a while since I made a video. Been quite busy, a lot of things going on with school and whatnot. But I'm now back on the channel, as you can see. Today I thought I'd do my favourite live albums, talk about my favourite live albums. This is something I've had an idea for quite a long time, and I've thought, you know, what live albums I really like I'm going to include in this video. So now I'm going to do it. Finally, after a few months, I'm doing this video which I've had thought about for months. The thing that kind of inspired me was the recent Paul McCartney concert I attended in Glasgow, which was amazing, which there'll be a separate video about, hopefully soon. So I'm going to talk about my favourite live albums in no particular order. I'm going to go over some CDs and vinyl. So the live albums I've only got the CD, I'd love to get these in vinyl. Bruce Springsteen, the E Street Band Live, 1975 to 1985. It's an amazing live collection of live recordings from 75 to 85 from like different tours through the years and different concerts, different places. So there's like a lot. I mean, with the LP, it's like a 5 LP box set, which I hope to get someday. Maybe once I get Christmas money or whenever I'll get it. Then we have The Who, live at Hyde Park from 2015. I really like to get this on vinyl. But this is a really good concert. Even though, you know, it's not the original lineup of The Who anymore, it's still an amazing show. Even though it's, you know, just Roger and Pete now, it's still an amazing live album. I mean, The Who were great with John and Keith, but this is an amazing show. They're still great, even though they're without John and Keith. They're still great, you know. So that's a great live show. Okay, now over the vinyls now. These are in no particular order, but we have John Lennon live in New York City. This is a really good live album, even though this was one of John's few concerts he gave in his lifetime. This was recorded in Madison Square Garden in 1972 at a benefit concert for children who were mentally disabled. And yeah, it's a really good live album here. Even though Yoko Ono, who's there, did appear in this album, they actually took her stuff out, which is kind of makes sense really, because this is to make this a John album, which makes sense in a way. But so yeah, still a good performance. John does a lot of his solo songs as well as a Beatles one called Come Together, and as well as a cover of Elvis's Hound Dog as well. So yeah, really good live album. Next is another one of my favourites, Elton John, Here and There. This is taken from 2 different shows. One side of it's recorded in London, and the other side recorded in New York at Madison Square Garden. Which during the second side concert, John Lennon made an appearance on, which is on the CD, and I've got a single of that of the John Lennon's appearance at Elton's concert in New York in '74. So it was originally recorded in '74, but it didn't come out until '76, and live in New York City didn't come out until about '86. So yeah, really good performance in here. Elton is still one of the best live performers, you know. This is one of his early days. I think he sounded great live in his early days, and he still sounds great now, you know. So yeah, Elton John, Here and There. And we have Wings Over America from 1976. This is a really good live album, different performances, I think, from their 1976 US tour, I think, on 3 records, which is unbelievable and amazing. The cover art's really good too. So yeah, they do a lot of like Beatles. Paul does a lot of his solo ones in here as well as his Beatles and his Wings stuff. So yeah, there's like a lot of songs on here. It's amazing. Yeah, 1976 Wings Over America. And we have Simon & Garfunkel, The Concert in the Park, 1981. Really good live performance. This is Simon & Garfunkel's first concert since 10 years, since they split up 10 years earlier and pursued solo careers, but they still made one-off reunion appearances, and this was their first concert appearance since 1970, and it's a really good performance. They do a lot of Paul's solo songs as well as one of Art's solo songs, as well as their Simon and Garfunkel songs. This is 1981, so yeah, really, really good live. Now, next is probably my favourite, but these are in no particular order, as I said. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Pack Up the Plantation Live. Amazing live album of like different shows of Tom's different tours from 1978 till 1985. So yeah, a lot of he does a lot of his big hits as well as some covers as well. So yeah, amazing. It's a great live album. I recommend it. I always have fond memories of listening to this on CD on holidays. You know, it's just a great live album. You know, one that I always love from Tom. Yeah, but there again, Tom was one of the best performers live. Even though I never got to see him live, Tom Petty's was still one of the best performers. When I hear a lot of live recordings, I can see a lot of his, you know, it's just, I can see how great he was live, you know. I get a picture of what he was like live, so amazing. They also did a video of one of the concerts on here, but it's not come out on DVD. I hope it does come out on DVD, and maybe they can include some songs that were cut from the live album as well. So yeah, I hope they do that. I hope the Tom Petty Estate do that someday. So the fact there's so many ideas I'd love the Tom Petty Estate to do. But anyways, a live album that I really like. Johnny Cash at San Quentin. This is 1969. Of course, Johnny Cash recorded the famous At Folsom Prison album. I like that, but I think I prefer this one a bit more, you know. But yeah, this is a really good live album from Johnny here. So yeah, Johnny has, you know, performed at prisoners throughout the years, you know, and so yeah, this is really a good live one. Johnny Cash at San Quentin from 1969. So a very early live album. Maybe one of the earliest. Next is another one of my favourites, Jean-Michel Jarre in concert Houston Leon, 1986 I think, or 87. Both were recorded in 86. So yeah, it focuses on two of Jean-Michel Jarre's special concerts, one for the 150th anniversary of the southern state, Texas, and the other half was Leon in 86 as well. And so yeah, the videos of these two concerts are amazing because of the laser lights and the fireworks, which I'll try and find good pictures of, which in the inner sleeves. So that's one of the examples, as you can see by the shows, which I'm hoping that the videos are put up on YouTube or maybe come out on DVD someday. In fact, there's a lot of concerts that have only come out on tape that I'd love to see come out on DVD. So yeah, it's quite hard to get back in, but still an amazing live album from Jean-Michel Jarre in concert Houston Leon. Next we have another reunion concert. This is the Everly Brothers reunion concert from the Albert Hall in '83. This came after 10 years apart. The Everly Brothers came back to the Royal Albert Hall and did a really good concert there. Really amazing, you know. I mean, I know the Everly's harmonies weren't the same in later years, but it's still an amazing performance. They do a lot of their big hits as well as some of their stuff which weren't much of hits, but they still perform in concert. So yeah, it's amazing, as well as a couple of medleys of different tracks on here. So yeah, 1983's reunion concert by the Everly Brothers. Really good. Two more. This has always been one of my favourites. Roy Orbison, A Black and White Night Live. This came from a special concert that Roy did, and he recorded and filmed in black and white with different guests like Bruce Springsteen, Elvis Costello, Tom Waits, T-Bone Burnett, Jackson Browne as well as Elvis Presley's TCB band. So yeah, it's a great live concert. It was also filmed in black and white, which you can get on DVD, and I recommend you do because it's an amazing concert. So yeah, Roy Orbison, Black and White Night. You know, Black and White Night was one of the stages in Roy's career resurgence and career revival, and it's one of the reasons it's great, you know. Then we have the Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl. This is originally 1977, but it was taken from two performances in 1964 and 65. They weren't released because the quality of the performances were not good enough for release, and it wasn't until 77 that those two performances came out, and it never came out as an official CD until 2016. Because, you know, bootleggers made, you know, vinyl transfers of this album onto CD, but yeah, still an amazing album. Even though there is screaming fans on it, it's still one of the greatest performances. And I also love the cover with the two tickets and the Hollywood Bowl there. So yeah, it's the Hollywood Bowl. So that's it for favourite live albums. I hope you liked this video. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.